However, we just spoke about the data modeling part, and UI part is pending, and that we will cover when we will reach the UI modeling section. Similarly, CVI also having data modeling part and UI part. So UI part we will park it for the time being, and we will only talk about the data modeling part. So as I earlier mentioned that I have already shared couple of documents, that is uh, extended guide for supplier and customer data model. One is for reuse mode, another one is for flex mode. So flex mode document will help you to get the details about general model, and reuse one will help you to get the CVI. So now, so let's start. Okay, so what is called CVI? CVI is nothing but customer vendor integration. Okay, so now if I say BP, BP means business partner. If I say in a very layman manner that what is the meaning of business partner? The meaning of the business partner is the relationship between the seller and the buyer. Okay, so what we call as a seller and buyer, that is nothing but customer and vendor. Customer and vendor. Okay, so that is all about business partner. So we have earlier seen that whenever we create some change request, we have the business partner details, then we have ERP customer, or we have ERP vendor. Okay, or you can also create only the business partner, but at least whatever the project I have seen, hardly they go for only business partner. The purpose is business partner along with customer and vendor. Now the question is that uh, customer vendor integration, what does it mean? One very simple example which I give very often, that is, let's say one very realistic example, that India sells UK uh, the raw iron. Okay, and UK, with that raw iron, they do the value addition and make steel, and that steel they sell out to India. So that means for UK, India is vendor and also India is customer. Okay, in that case, how you will maintain your database? That is the uh, base of this CVI. No other theory involved in this. So that is the relation how you will maintain in your database the correct relationship in between the vendor and customer. Okay. So we have for customer KNA1 database table. For vendor LFA1 database table. Similarly, for business partner, we have BUT000 database table. Okay. That means how I will maintain the data. Let's say the detail is, let's say one details like 100, customer number is 100 for an example, or business partner number is 100 for an example. Respect to this 100, what is the customer detail? Let's take customer detail is 101. And what is the vendor detail? Vendor detail is 201. That means if I will have this figure, I have clear relationship respect to this business partner number with this customer, and also respect to this business partner number with this vendor. Similarly, another example, let's say 200. 200 is another business partner. Okay, different business partner, which is having, or let's say 1000, not 200, let's say 1000. Now, what is the customer number? Let's say my customer number is 1001. And what is the vendor number? That is 2001. That means respect to this 1000 business partner number, I have this customer involved and this vendor involved. Okay, exactly the same thing it demonstrate here. Okay, so what is summary? Summary is SAP Master Data Governance provide the out-of-box solution for the central management of various master data objects such as financial objects, supplier, material. But master data governance also provide the flexibility to customize the solution. Of course, when pre-delivered content does not fully match customer requirements, you can use the guide to extend the MDG supplier data model or customer data model by adding attributes that already exist in the database field in the appropriate customer include of the SAP business partner, vendor, and customer. Okay. So now if I directly go here, so this is talking about like MDG, which is basically extension of MDM, which already we discussed. Now, here we have the sandbox, just prerequisite MDG hub application they are using. If you remember, we have two deployment option. One is hub, one is co-deployment. So hub concept they have used here. What are those things required? Definitely SAP ERP, which is ECC, and SAP MDG, where like MDG is nothing but one ECC system ultimately. And you need FPM for UI. Now, what is the scenario? You want to extend the MDG data model for business partner by additional field called license. So we know under business partner we have various UIBB segment. We call it as a UIBB segment. That is role, central data, bank details, identification, tax number. These are all. Okay. If I go to WBC, just I think I have already shown this, but let's do again. So where is my business partner governance? And here search business partner. Let me switch to this one. Let me go to customer. Nothing is happening. Anyway, is appearing in UI. We'll see with basis. Okay, let me continue. So business partner having role, central data, bank details. These are all detail, address detail. Then you have either ERP customer or ERP vendor thereafter. So the idea is we will add one new attribute called license under this central data entity type. Basically, these are all entity types which you are seeing. Okay. So now let's move on. So here, once you add this business partner level, so here it says to test your configuration, you will first add your new field in the MDG single maintenance UI. We also need to add in UI as well. So basically, the idea is we will add that field under the business partner level. Also, according to this example, because this example it shows for vendor. So at the same time, the same field we will add it in the vendor level, in ERP vendor level. So and how it look like then under the ERP vendor, so BP level we will add it under the central record. And here under the ERP vendor we will add under the control data UI BB. So this is how the field should look like. So the same field is also present in BP level, also present in ERP vendor level. Okay. So how to do that? So run the transaction AC6 and you will identify the newly created vendor table. You open the table LFA1 and you will identify that field here, ZZ license, ZZ license field here under the LFA1 table. Okay. So these are all giving you an overview it look like, how you will see the data. Okay. We will build here way. Now, extended field exists in business partner and in vendor or customer. As I said, that business partner level also data is same field is there and vendor level. Similarly, you can also maintain for business partner level and also for customer level. So business partner is common. Customer, either customer or vendor or both. Both also you can add. As I given the example of India and UK. In that case, you need to add both of the places. In this section, you will learn how to add new field license to the MDG BP data model. In the figure below, you can see that it is necessary to extend the BP data model. Obviously, you also must have extended BUT triple zeros. In BUT triple zero is nothing but the business partner table. So that table level also you need to append the field, and also you need to append, if you are going for vendor then LFA1 table, or if you are going for a customer then KNA1 table on MDG hub and client system. Because means client system means the target system it says, because in if the target system is not MDG, ultimately it's going to some other system, ECC system, above system. There also you have to maintain, because ultimately the data will go and replicate and sit there. In order to facilitate the data transfer between MDG staging area and BUT triple zero on the hub, MDG hub, you have to extend the SMT mapping. Obviously, we do SMT mapping because we want our data which is in the staging area level to move out and go to the active area level. That is nothing but our database table level. To facilitate data transfer from BUT000 on hub and LFA1 table on MDG hub, you have to implement CVI mapping. So that means the relationship between BUT000 and LFA1 or KNA1, to do that you have to do the CVI mapping. Okay, as I said, this is the big section which is nothing but the business partner. So you are adding the license field, and then also you have in LFA1 level, in LFA1 level also you have this license field, and then you communicate through CVI. Okay, this is MDG, and also you are adding the field in BUT000 level as well. So basically through CVI this communication happens. Okay, this is the same thing which it spoke about in a different diagram, but ultimately the sense is same. So here, this is categorical. See, in this section, the subdivided into the one subsection for each implementation step. Take a look at the table below. You are only extending the ERP data model. Field, there are three major columns. Field only in business partner. That means I only need in business partner. Then what should be done? Field only in ERP customer, not even business partner. There are some cases where you need the field only in ERP vendor, not required in business partner level. Then what to do? And the example which we are doing, that is field required both business partner and also ERP vendor or ERP customer level. Then what should be done? If this is the case, then normal, like whatever we have did so far. Extended the data model, like ERP data model means your BUT000 table, your database table needs to be appended. That is thing. Second thing is MDG data model. MDG data model also you need to extend for business partner if for this first two cases. Third case, obviously, this is also required. I'm talking about first two cases. First, then corporate data model specific structure. We need that we have PP structure, we have some UI properties and other things. So that needs to be done. And then as usual, the SMT mapping. That's the connectivity in between the staging area table and the active area table. That's all. We don't need CVI for first two. Clear? Now the third one, all those steps required, and also the last one is also required, CVI. Okay. So from this it's very clear what should be done. That means we will do the same step, same activity, only one activity addition. That is CVI mapping. That's all. So packages, this is the packages group for business partner, SMT mapping, and this is the packages for customer and supplier. We'll see that. Okay. So our exercise here. So first we have some basic standard structures, and this structure is same whenever you are doing CVI or whenever you are doing only extended to LFA1 means vendor level or only extended to customer level or this. So these structures are pretty much common. So those structures has been given. So we will add up the field respect structures. So first is go to is saying that go to E11 and tab this. 1 minute. Let's do one thing. We'll come to this little later. First go to a data model. MDG IMG, general setting, data model, AD data model. Mm, One minute. Hmm. Page number 10. From here, our process start. So it says the procedure below describe how to extend the append structure in BUT triple zero. So this is the append. This is the structure basically for BUT triple zero, and this is again a standard structure. What it says, before you come to the data model and add there, you first add your field in this structure. So this is our step number one. Okay, let me open one more window. V11 data type. Let me copy the structure name, display. Okay, so I added for their own field anyway, doesn't matter. I will add my append structure Z CVI add field. The field name I'm taking the same as here, ZZ license. Types and character 16 for an example. I'm saying it in local object activated. So this is a first step to add the field in this structure. Move on to the second. Then it is asking add field in the BU triple zero table. Okay. It is not supposed to take that amount. Stop the transition. See, our field already added. Anyway, let me add one more time. However, it is showing activate. Anyway, I don't know why it's taking a long time. Okay, so it has been added and activated as well. So let me go to SE11, go to the database table, BUT 000, display. Similar way and structure. BUT 000. Now the same component and here character 16. Let me save it. And activate it. So this one. Next is another structure, standard structure, which is related to BUT 000. So those structures we have to maintain. It will take some our business partner, that is for sure. Any question in middle if you have? Okay, done. Just a warm, partly activated. What happened? Your record activating here. Let's see. Table is inconsistent in active one is specified twice. Says in tables. Oh, okay. It seems it is there. It says. Let me check. No. Check table or structure. Let me go to SE11. This is partially active. I
That
think
could be
because
because the
this.
structure is not active, I think. That is the reason
Mm,
CVI.
mm. Okay, let it be. At least we can start talking about in the meantime until it gets activated. What are the steps? Because we have some understanding already. So next is we have to add the same field in this particular structure. That is the step number 4. What next? Now you go to MDG IMG system transaction. In MDG IMG transaction, first I need to add under the BP Central. BP Central, you can see this entity type. I need to add the field. So here we are adding this ZZ license. Okay, still opening. Next, activate it. Okay, once you save it, so already you added under the BP Central. Next, so continuous USMD data model. You also want to see after the activation whether the field has been added properly in the staging area table. For that, go to AC30A, use this USMD data model program, and here you have BP in a relationship with BP Central, and this is the staging area table. In our system, probably the name could be different. That doesn't matter. Here also, data saved. Okay. Next, generate data model specific structure. So far, I'm just adding for BP. I'm not yet come for vendor. So one by one, we will do. So generate data model specific structure. Generate data model specific structure. Already it's a standard entity. We need not to add any additional entity type. So what we need to do, we have to bring all the which one where we have added BP underscore central. The picture in this picture BP size is not there, but it does not mean that you have to bring all the BP underscore central. What's on? I don't understand. BP structure, BP underscore central. Select this one. PDF form, Adobe Forms you don't require. Select all central and generate structure. Okay, where your PP structure also coming, where your FP for UI field properties that is also coming, for ES is part of search, that is also coming. So everything is coming basically. Okay, this is, guys, if you don't mind, can I ask you one thing? Because the system is, I'm not really sure how this today, why it is taking so much time to activate this trigger. I'm not even understand. Okay. Is it okay? Because I want to talk about, I want to utilize the time. These steps are pretty much similar, except one additional step, that is CVI, which I'm going to talk about in detail, step by step. If I will explain you through this picturization, can you take it as an offline assignment? Okay. And probably tomorrow, if possible, or next week, can you come back and prepare this, all the steps? Is that okay for you? Because during the meeting, I want to utilize my time,
Yeah,
if you don't
sure.
mind.
Sure. Anand.
Yeah, just take means I will explain all the steps, whatever the steps we have in detail. Take it as an offline assignment, at least any one of you, and not tomorrow, because many steps are involved. You need some time for this, and probably next week when we will meet, so someone at least prepare this, so we can see that. Okay. And in the meantime, I need to probably discuss with basis. I don't understand. Anyway, thanks. Yeah. So then you have to generate the structure. You have to generate the structure here. Okay. Now, what next? So obviously, after generating the structure, this PP1, PP1 go to SE11 and make sure the field is there. Okay. So that is, so PP for business partner, PP for uh, coordinator. I think if we restart and if we try, these steps are actually pretty similar what we did last week. Okay. So let them go ahead as an offline assignment. I think that is good for them. Don't touch the system, because I have to picture wise, I have to tell them what needs to be done. So let's not do anything at this moment with system. Let them take it as an offline assignment. So that will be helpful for them, and we can also utilize the time. Yeah, thanks. So here, so one thing is pretty clear, that this PP is for business partner. This PP is for business partner, and it is clearly say it is for business partner central. Fine. In material case, if you observe last week, it was material. Okay. Now SMT, obviously it is required, because whatever the list has been maintained, we are just following this list. PP stand for persistent phase. Okay. So now where was the, what is happening? Where diagram? It was, here. Field only for BP, field only for vendor. So right now our focus is fields only for BP. What we did, we extended the structures, extended BUT 000 table, also extended the data model for BP central, generate the data model specific structure. Now we are moving for SMT. Okay, step by step. This sequence should come first, then this example anyway. then it is easy for the new people. Okay, business partner level, BP central level, we added ZZ license, data model staging area will check, then structure, generate structure. Okay, so after generate structure, check the structure as well, structure level. Now SMT mapping. So for SMT mapping, for material, if you remember, we had this one MDG BS map to PP, MDG BS map to STA, staging to PP, PP to active area. Similarly, this BP, BP, central to API, and this is to STA.
Do we have an Excel maintained like this for the CVI as well, or
Uh, you want me to maintain that in Excel sheet?
do you have it already? I'm asking. If you have it.
No, I don't have basically because the document itself is sequential. So that's what I thought. If you want, I can probably the sequence and then I can share with you.
Then the question is, I mean, do we have a document sequential like this for the other one as well, which is already there in the Excel?
Which document you are thinking about?
For this one, the reuse and yeah, this one for the
Hmm.
material we showed, yeah, we
Hmm.
have a document, right?
I have shared one more guide for Material Master. In that guide, it's there.
Okay.
All details. Yeah. Yeah. So now, so to API and TA. Fine. So let's move on. So where we will go? Either we can go to create and extend mapping, that is also fine, or we can go to extend mapping. Both are same. Ultimately, my goal is to reach the API UI, user interface. Go there and enter the first one. Okay, here it is. There is a spelling mistake. It's not 1 BP. It's sorry, it's not 2 BP. It's a 1 BP. So basically, it's this one. Let me add it here. And another one is this is the name. So it's a mistake basically. Here, BP Central to API. Okay. So where you have to use this one first. Bus EI UPA Central data. Okay. This one to the detail level, transformation tab, add, or with the existing one, you can like so far whatever you have seen, I just add up with the existing one. Here it's showing that you are adding one new transformation. You can add up new transformation or whatever the existing couple of transformation you can do that. Let me go to MDG IMG back, create and edit mapping. This one first. Mapping, open existing one. So it's not a new mapping, basically existing one. Okay. Now next. Next is bus EI Bupa central data. Bus EI Bupa central data. First one. And if you see, this is the source structure and this is the target structure. Go to the detail transformation. Either you can add up with this or you can create your own. So it says create your own. Okay, transformation and add. So you can give some name 002, 003, whatever it is. That's all. And add your field there. Add 002 is created, field mapping, and add your data here. ZZ license, this one. Source structure will be your PP structure. Basically this one. MDG BS BP central. This is the source structure. And this is the field name again. Similarly, you have to do for the same two API, the another mapping, which is for X flag. Why? You have opened the mapping name BP central data from MDG area to the service API. Yes, basically you want to send the data from staging area to PP and then going further PP to active area. You will now extend the map for the central business partner X structure. This is not there in material case. This is the thing which you have to do when you are doing the SMT mapping for business partner. This X flag mapping you have to perform. So once done, again go back. No, I'm not saving here anything. Same structure, to API. So earlier we were using this one. Earlier we were using this one. Now PP central. Now the second one. I'm not able to. Anyway, if I place my cursor and copy this, see, second one. Anyway, I'm unable to extend column. So this is the one, second one, first one, and then second one. Similarly, highlight this, and this is the source structure. You have to use this structure. Go to detail, transformation. Second one, detail transformation, and again you are adding one new. Okay, and there you are adding the same field, and this is the structure name. Okay, and save it. Next, the second one. Second one. Enter. Now in the second one, you have this central, only one mapping name you have. So select this, go to the detail, transformation, similar way, add one new and add the field. And this is your source structure name. transformation, edit, add, mention as a field mapping, and add that field here. Okay. So this is done for SE mapping. So both we have done. Now what next? Adjust the staging area. No, not here. It is, as I mentioned, the moment you activate the data model, your immediate task will be to go and adjust the staging area. Not, you should not wait for this level. Okay. Anyway, whatever they said, and also you should use this icon because sometimes it doesn't work. So go to AC38, USMD adjust staging, write that program, and then provide the data model name as BP, and then you need just add execute. Okay, so this is one. So that means now how it look like, however you haven't add in UI level, is giving a sort of sense when you will be added the field in the UI. So under the ERP, sorry, under the business partner, this is one change request. Under the business partner general data, you will have this field available. So this is the same record basically. So where you have this field, fine. And also in BUT 000 table, you will have this field as well. Okay. So whatever the any you will make, that value will be populated here. Clear? Any question so far? Whatever I demonstrate for only business partner. Any question? Anything I need to repeat? Any steps? Okay. Yes. If you have any question. Okay, fine. Now, extend field for vendor or customer. Now I'm going for vendor or customer extension. So here is there. Go to again DGIMG, and here the example which has been given, that is uh, here we are adding the field under the ERP vendor. Okay, vendor or customer, whatever you are doing, that will be for vendor it is BP VEN underscore gen, sorry, VEN gen, that is vendor general data. And for customer it's BP underscore customer general data. Let me go to DGIMG, data model, BP, entity type, and here BP underscore customer general. This is for customer. BP underscore customer general entity type. And for vendor, it's BP underscore vendor general. This is the one. Okay. So in this example, what we are doing, we are adding the data vendor general entity type. Similarly, go inside and then add the data. Instead of using data element, you just use character 10, character 15, character 16, whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. And here, give the attribute name little different. You can give same. Okay, see, enter the field name and appropriate element, for example, ZZ license. You just give this, you can use the same attribute, or you just slightly give the different name. Then you can see the differences. It means how it's happening. So otherwise you will get confused. What is there? What is there? So either you same name or different name. Ultimately, it is representing the same data element, ZZ underscore license. You do one thing. Let's not complicate. You give the same name. Okay, give the same name. Ultimately, your data element is same. If it is character 10, then here also you have to maintain character 10. That's all. Then add under the BP underscore vendor general and activate it. Okay. Similarly, after activation, you have to go to USMD data model, and here this is the relationship, and here you have your under the staging area. Clear? Then generate data model specific structure. Generate data model specific structure. Now here, which one I have to use? BP underscore vendor general. Let me go back. Generate data specific BP structure and BP underscore vendor general. So this is also standard structure. So select all of them. Sorry, all of them and general structure.
Do we need PDF also?
No, 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 it's not required. PDF. So this one, generate structure. Okay. And then you cross check. See which entity type. Here is the PP for which entity type? BP underscore vendor general. It was when we added for BP central, it was for BP underscore central. So from here you can see the clear differences between these two structure. Okay, so under this structure you have the field, the same field. Then SMT mapping. Now this is the name for vendor. Similarly for customer, you have to S instead of SUPPL, here it has been given. Anyway, I will come later. The name has been given somewhere in the document. Okay. Anyway, talk about the supplier one. SUPPL BP underscore vendor general API. Or even though you don't need to see the document, you can directly go. Easy way is directly go to create and edit mapping. Create edit mapping. Okay, and open. You just type star BP underscore vendor general star. See, this is for vendor. Similarly, for customer, CUS. See, This is for customer. You don't need to see the government as well. Okay. So go to vendor. So the first one, what is the first one? To API. To API. Then which one to go? So either create or edit map, extended mapping, any one of them. Go there. First is to API. This one. VMDS EL, EI or EL, whatever. VMD central data. Second one. Go to the detail. And here you can see the same within the same transformation they are adding, or you can create your new. Doesn't matter at all. Okay. So add it according. This is your field and save. Click again to API, same mapping name. Then X flag. In BP case also we have added X flag. Similarly, we have to add X flag. Goes X flag. Second and third for vendor. Okay, so this way you just add it. And similarly for 2ST. STA you have on, so just go and add with the information. Okay, now how it will look? It will look like under ERP you have this field, and similarly for the data you have entered, the same record will be reflect here. See, that is the reason I was about see the different. If it is ZZ license, this is also ZZ license, so it will be different, difficult to understand which is for what, which is for what. Okay, so in LFA1 table have this value. Okay, now whatever the value you have entered basically. So far this is. Then extended the field existing business partner and in vendor customer as well. What we need to do, up to this done, up to this now. Next is this one, extend LF1. This is the standard, however it is with Z, but it is a standard structure. So extend the structure with the same. Okay. This is another structure, same field. Another one, same. These are all standard basically. So first for standard structure supplier, this is central data, business partner central data. This is for again supplier, supplier 1, supplier 2, and this is for central data as well, X flag. Okay, and then you create the append structure for this table. Okay, here what is happening in this example, what it is trying to show you, it is trying to show you, if you see, it says, look at this picture. This field, it says, just think you only add the field in vendor level. You did not add anything at the BP level, because we have seen this document categorically mentioned those details separately for BP, separately for vendor. Now it is saying as that you just add in the vendor. So whatever in the vendor level data you have made, that record is appearing here. But that's what it has taken different field name, but ultimately data element is same. But now what it's showing you here, how we will do CVI. See, the arrow mark is very clear. This field, when you are just adding at the vendor level and after doing the SMT mapping and all, you are getting the data. Okay. But what is happening when you have added the field in BP and also the same field in here, LFA1, and then you are doing CVI? Then what exactly the configuration you are doing? You need to do that we are talking about now. Is that clear? Is that picture is clear? Any question?
No, that was one question you already answered now, just now.
Okay. Step by step I have come. So that's all. Okay. So from 66 number step, we are considering it is also in BP, now also in vendor. So these are the things we have to do. And then in the LFA1, now I'm adding ZZ license with the same data element. LFA1 added. Now here is from page number 45. Here the actual CVI steps start. What it says, you go to enhancement spot, that is AC transaction AC18, AC18, and go to CVI custom mapper. This is the enhancement spot name. So let me copy this. Mm. Now it says that in BUT 000 also the structure is the table is partially activated. So that means you have to remove this first, both of the from the structure level and from the database level, and then you have to do it again because they internally connect with each other. Okay, CVI custom mapper. Okay, so enhancement, this one talk about when we will go to validation chapter. Basically enhancement contain class, contain method, method contained logic. Okay, we will talk about when we will come to data validation and activation chapter. So this is one more layer is also there. Enhancement contain body content class, you can say. So this is enhancement contained body. This is these are all so all the starting from this enhancement spot, uh, body, the classes, the methods, everything is standard here. So enhancement contain body, body contain class. Click on implementation. And here they probably, yeah, they create one separate body for not required at all. You can utilize standard body. Okay, so they have actually the custom in basically they copied from the standard one, and they copied the standard enhancement implementation, and they created the and take all those things detail into that, and that's all. But you can utilize the standard one, that's not a problem. So basically standard and body. Okay, so now here we have uh, you can choose or you can create one enhancement. Anyway, I'm choosing one of the enhancement. These are all enhancement body name. So I'm choosing, let's say, CVI map customer vendor BP. Okay, fine. Anyway, double click on it. So here we have enhancement name. Here we have body, and here we have class. Body contain class. This is the standard class. Here also you can see this. They have also copied the class as well. Okay. Anyway, these are all methods. You can see these methods. Okay. Now, what I have to do first, you will need to implement the interface method, that is map BP vendor and vendor to BP. BP to vendor and vendor to BP. BP to vendor, this one, and vendor to BP. Okay. If you are using customer, then you have to do map customer to BP and BP to customer, right? So basically the four methods are major here: BP to customer, BP to vendor, customer to BP, vendor to BP. Now, first go to BP to customer, BP to vendor. Double click on this method. So method contain logic. So this is the standard logic which has been already maintained. Okay. Along with that, we need to add one more logic. So how we do the enhancement? So basically we will use implicit enhancement technique. Implicit enhancement means I have standard set of codes. Along with the standard code, I'm going to add some of my logic. So I will place my cursor at the end of the standard code, because let the standard code run first, then my piece of activity will run. Always implicit enhancement, either you can create after the end of the standard code or at the starting of the standard code. So my suggestion is always you create at the end of the standard code. Let the standard code run, then our code will continue. So click here, click this spiral icon, enhance. The moment you click on this spiral icon, what is going to happen? Because of this BUT 000, it is giving dump. So we have to fix anyhow this BUT 000. Okay, that means we have to remove from both that structure and from the table that field first and activate the table. What is happening when you are accessing this enhancement? Ultimately, this BP to vendor, vendor to BP means what? They have a direct connection with the tables. So when the table is not activated, so that is what it is not allowing you to go on anyway. Okay, that part. Can anyone do one thing tomorrow till this? Do you know how to do this enhancement? Let me show you with other enhancement spot. AC18, 1 minute. Because we are not able to enhance this because of this BUT 000. Let me do one thing. Let me do this removal. 1 minute. Will take 10 to 15 minutes time, but I will do it. First, I'm going to the structure. Straight away remove it. So I will basically remove the append structure. In the meantime, any questions so far, at least whatever we reach? Okay, instead of sitting idle, let me just continue. So in enhancement, implicit enhancement, you just need to add these two line out. This is under BP vendor method. That is what is happening. Your ZZ license data, which is under the central data level, that you are passing to the same field which is in the business partner level, you are passing to the vendor level. Okay. Similarly, this is for, we have implemented one for extractor and another one for central. So for two things you are passing. The next one, vendor to BP. Similarly, ZZ license, vendor central data is passing to business partner central data. And similarly, vendor central data X passing to the business partner central data X for the same field. So this one, only this two piece of code, this 4 line code you have to add. This 2 line under this method to vendor and vendor BP, this 4 line. That's all. Activate the enhancement implementation, and then when you will test it, how it will look like. BUT data table, you have ZZ license, the same field value also you have in LFA1. Then it is user interface, how to add the field in UI and etc. That is a different story altogether. This is your end result. Okay. I'm not really sure what is going on. Why it is taking so much time to removing one app structure. I'm totally outstanding. What I'm going to do, how to add the piece of code in the implicit enhancement. That is the only part which is remaining. Let me show you with a different enhancement implementation name. And tomorrow, first hour, if you can reach out to basis anybody, or I will drop a message to uh, coordinator that something is going wrong here. Let me go to SE18. CBI custom mapper we cannot touch at this moment because anyhow it will give a dump. I just need to show you how to create the enhancement implementation spot basically. So let's say this is one enhancement implementation. This is one enhancement implementation. Let me tell you, this enhancement implementation we will come in the validation and derivation chapter. This is for material master rule context preparation activity. What is rule context preparation? I'm not going to explain at this moment. I am just showing you how to add the code. So this is enhancement implementation name, the way you had for customer vendor mapping. Okay. And then body name, and then under the body you have class, implementing class, and under the class you have method, where we had these are all methods. These are all methods. BP to vendor, vendor to BP, BP to customer, vendor, customer to BP. Now go to method, and then how to add, like these are all standard code. Let the code as it is. Place your cursor at the end of the standard code. Click on this spiral button and and go to enhancement operations, show implicit enhancement options. Click on this. The moment you click, the dotted line will appear. Place your cursor on the dotted line and click on this create. Whether you are creating code means logic or any sort of declaration. I'm creating this space for my code, my logic. So click on code, give the name, enhancement enhancement implementation name, and the text. You need not to give anything for composite enhancement implementation. Just keep it blank. Continue, save it in an appropriate package. I'm saying in a local object. Here is the space. Now, whatever you want to write your logic, you can build here. Whatever you want to write, you can write here. Okay. So this place, you have to place this logic. Similarly, if this is one method, another for the other method, this one. Okay. And finally, you can save it. You can do syntax check and you can activate it. Okay. So once you activate this, come back and the whole enhancement level, place your cursor here, the first item, save it and activate it. The whole activate the object. The whole enhancement, that means activated. Okay. So this way you have to do for here. That's all. That is all about data prospective CVI. Now, if you have any question, okay. UI part is pending. Basically, UI, it will show you how to up the field and everything, so that we will come when we will have this. We will have the opportunity to discuss about UI. Okay, so that is all about CVI. And in CVI, like in Genil model level, you have to do many things which is specific to Genil. But if you see in CVI case, for UI, you need not to do specific item. It's a very general item, simply adding the field. That's all. No other details you have to do. Just add. That's all. But in Genil model, that is not the case. In Genil model, you have to create button. You have to binding the two pages. So there are many other things which specific to Genil model. That's what I'm marking as YOLO. But here I can mark it as CVI because just adding the field there. No binding, no adding new buttons, nothing. Just adding the field. That's all. Okay. So now with this, I think we have completed the data model part. So we talked about this sort of enhancement and everything. So Genil model CVI also we covered. I request you, any one of them, please take a volunteer initiative and delete this field from the table and the structure, and then make sure activate table and structure properly and try to follow the steps whatever we discussed. At least the data model part. I'm not talking about UI part. Okay.
Aditya, the general model we talked last week.
We will talk
Yeah.
general model when we will complete the UI section.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why you put it yellow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That means we
Yeah.
have not still completed the data modeling.
Correct. Yellow means whenever you see the yellow mark, that means it is pending yet.
Okay. Yeah.
But CVI, I can mark it as green because most of the part is complete. Now just adding the field in UI. That's all. Okay. So data model is complete so far. So far. Because Genil model, we have to come back. Okay. The next is process model. I'm not going to start the process model today, but process model is a very simple chapter compared to other chapters. So tomorrow my objective is to cover the process model whole chapter. Okay. It's a very simple chapter, very simple logic comparatively other chapters. So we will do this activity, the demonstrations and everything tomorrow, the process model. Okay. And And already, as I have given this document, I don't think so I have much to provide any details. Yes, the detail which I will provide, that is for model. The documents, the one PPT is there. That PPT I have to send. So these are all. Okay. Any question? Anything? And we will start this discussion from tomorrow. Okay. If nobody has any question, then I'm going to close this for today. And we don't need to make hurry to create this, because I understand there are a lot of detail to create. Make it by next week. It's okay. No problem. Okay. And once someone will make, probably we can go through all the steps again, just for a quick look, nothing more than that. Fine then. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Aditya.
Aditya.
Thanks.